You don't look like you have a problem. Hello, everyone. I'm Becca Jacobson, and I have a beautiful snippet for you today. Today, I'm going to address those of you out there who don't look like you have a problem, who everyone thinks is a high achiever. Everyone sees your life and thinks, wow, you're intelligent, you get things done. From the outside, impressive, unstoppable, put together. But you know the truth. You need wine every night to quiet your mind. You keep telling yourself it's not that bad. You keep telling yourself you can stop whenever you want. You keep telling yourself tomorrow will be different. But that's the trap. Let's talk about this trap. This kind of drinking, where there's no rock bottom, no obvious chaos, is often more dangerous than the kind that comes from DUIs or job loss, because you can live in it for years. Quietly, alone, and in denial. Inside, you feel numb, disconnected, unfulfilled. This is a very dangerous place to be. When you don't look like you have a problem, it makes it easier for you to deny it to yourself. So you may know, and it's haunting you there underneath, it's haunting, but it's very easy to ignore and just put it off and let it go. You check every external box, but you still drink to escape the life you created. Your career is on fire. You've got your education, you've got to where you wanted to be, and yet you feel dead. Something is definitely missing, and you use wine to quietly numb. Some of the excuses we might give ourselves, well, I just like wine, which is actually code for I'm afraid to face what's underneath the quiet numbing, right? You've stepped up in life, you're expert at what you do, you're highly respected, you have a life that most of those who know you envy, and yet you know that you're dealing with emptiness and fear. And the hardest part? Because you look like you're doing fine, no one asks. Worse, when you finally muster the courage to confide in someone, they say, oh, you're fine. You're not like those people. So you instantly retreat. You hide. You wonder if maybe they're right. And the loneliness doubles. This is the spiral I see again and again. Drink leads to shame, leads to hyperproductivity, which leads to, see, I'm fine, which leads to drinking again. You're stuck in the I'll cut back tomorrow loop. You can always stop, but you never do. So this type of drinking, this type of alcohol problem is a very, very lonely one and a very dangerous one. This is the one, if anyone is going to stay stuck to the end and not escape, it'll be this woman. Your friends notice you're doing well professionally, but you know you're only operating at 60% of what you're capable of. Alcohol isn't destroying your life, it's diluting your life. But only you know that. Talk about loneliness. And I want you to know this. This is not about the alcohol. It's about what drinking is helping you to avoid. Emotions, emptiness, expectations. This is the addiction that hides in plain sight, and I lived it. When I was a college professor, I had a pristine external image. But behind closed doors, I drank alone. Night after night, year after year. No one, except my husband, suspected a thing. And the lonelier I got, the more I drank. Until finally, I hit what I now call the best thing that ever happened to me. An 8-day blackout bottom. But here's the thing. Most women like us never get that bottom. They coast, they manage, they function. Until they don't. And the most insidious part of this situation is that it's our very success, the fact that we're so successful, the fact that we're so capable, the fact that we're hyper-independent. We do so well, we excel at everything we touch. We got through school with straight A's. We got the career we wanted. We move up in our career. We are so good at what we do that it's next to impossible for us to throw down our pride, grab onto some humility, and realize, I need help. This is what almost killed me. I was so independent, and I had always been independent and always been successful. that the thought of saying, I need help, just about killed me. And it actually literally did just about kill me. It'll kill not only our career and our lives, but our soul. This is soul crushing. So this makes it even more difficult. When you're a woman that's that successful, you've got to find it inside you, deep inside you, the ability to find that humility, take a deep breath, finally surrender and admit, I can't do this alone. And if you're thinking, I can do it. If this is you and you're still thinking you can do it, then I have a challenge for you today. What are you waiting for? If you can do it, then do it. Today, now, do it. If you can do it, then do it. And if you find that you can't, then this snippet is for you. I mean, the fact is, if you could do it, you would have done it by now. You're not drinking against your will because you enjoy it. It takes a type of humility that I didn't think I had, but I found it inside of me. And then I discovered so many more amazing things that come from that humility. The ability to be teachable, no matter how successful we are. We must remain teachable. I gotta admit it, gals, my ego, and I've told you this before here on the show, my ego was gigantic because I was so successful and so independent. I'm a natural leader, and that makes it very, very hard to sit down and go, okay, I need help. And then once we do, we really do, we learn how to be teachable and we start opening up, and the journey to recovery, we discover so much more about ourselves. When we let go of that, I can do it myself, that isolated, hard, crusty exterior of independence, and open our hearts to what we can learn about ourselves, about our past, we realize maybe we weren't as successful as we thought we were. All our success was external. We hadn't done anything inside that could be called successful, because true success on the inside requires humility. It requires the ability to say, I don't know everything. I can't do everything. I do need help now and then. I can learn something from every situation and every human being that crosses my path. And that is the piece that will keep you stuck for years, for decades. That's the piece that kept me stuck for years and for decades. And if you don't step up and find that humility, what happens next? You retire, you lose the structure of your career, and suddenly there's no reason not to drink anymore. And if you're lucky, the spiral gets so out of control, you're finally forced to seek help. But if you're not, you just fade into deeper loneliness, deeper numbing, and a life half-lived. And that's what breaks my heart. Or maybe if you're lucky, you don't make it to retirement this way, and instead your health blows up. Suddenly you can't even work because you've destroyed your health by drinking so much, by not exercising, by not looking after yourself. After all, you're over 40, you're over 50, you might even be over 60. So here you are at the peak of your career, and your liver enzymes are elevated, your nervous system is shot, and you don't even have a happy retirement to look forward to anymore. But if you do get to retirement, your life becomes smaller, lonelier, grayer, and if you're really lucky, maybe you hit a bottom. But what if you don't? What if you just fade, knowing you never really lived the life you were here for? And that's what breaks my heart, because what you're risking isn't your job, it's your joy. You don't need another moderation strategy. You need liberation. It's not about the alcohol. It's about your identity, about the woman you know you could be if you finally broke free. If you're feeling this in your body, tight in your chest, heat in your face, a twist in your gut, good. That means you're close. And that's exactly where I wanted to get you today. Listen, gals, am I being mean? Some of you out there right now are probably not feeling too great. I'm throwing down some pretty hardcore truth bombs. But look, we don't do fluff here in Snippet Land. And I want those of you out there who are living this life to hear me today. We need to recognize that even though we're not going to hit a bottom, disaster is looming and we are living half of our lives. The truth of the matter is that my bottom, my embarrassing, humiliating 8-day blackout bottom, was the best thing that ever happened to me. I consider it a gift from God. Are you really the person that you can be? What's your identity? Drinking's not really your issue. It's an identity loop keeping you from freedom. You're in this identity of the person who is high performing, but using alcohol to unwind and not face what needs to be faced. What you're risking here isn't your job. It's not your ego. It's not your reputation. What you're risking here is your joy. What you're risking here is finally stepping into the woman that you know you can be. And that's exactly why this week I'm opening the door to a new way to work with me. This is not for everyone. It's for the woman who's done pretending that she's fine. For the woman who knows that if she doesn't change now, she'll keep living a life that looks good on the outside, but feels like a war on the inside. I'm talking to the high-achieving, high-functioning woman who's secretly struggling with alcohol. The woman who's accomplished everything but can't stop drinking alone at night. If that's you and you're ready for deep accountability, private coaching, and an elite-level experience that prioritizes your freedom, health, and joy above all else, I've created something new. It's intimate, it's high level, and it's for the woman who's ready to lead herself into the next chapter of her life. It's called Uncaged, an elite freedom experience. It includes lifetime access to my core method, private coaching with me, and priority personal support. Gals, I know this was a tough one for some of you, but if it's calling you, simply email the word uncaged to Becca@beccajacobson.com and let's talk. Or you can go to the show notes of this particular episode and book an appointment using my private calendar. No pressure, no push, just truth and the next version of you waiting on the other side. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you tomorrow to hear the full story of my 8-day blackout bottom. It's not an easy story to tell, but I'm determined to get through it, so I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for popping in. Be sure to come back tomorrow so we can keep your head on straight. Sending you buckets of love.